What is up, players? It's WarbossTae up in this mug. Welcome to my live stream where we're going to be finishing off this Sanguinor, hopefully. And we're going to start with the gems and jewels. So I'm going to be taking my corn red, putting it onto my wet palette. And here we go. Hope you're all doing well out there. It's a nice, beautiful early morning here where I am. Picked the wrong tool for the job. This brush is a little bit frayed at the tip. It's a little worse for wear, so let's get another one. Good morning, Prophet. Love your pictures, man. I've been going through them, and they are phenomenal. All of the different boards. Gosh, that must have been so cool to see, like, in person. That one big Skaven one with the underground system. It's amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, Prophet's put up on the Discord these pictures of Adepticon, and the game boards just look amazing. So check out my Discord if you're not already a member there, and just to see these pictures, because they're just phenomenal. Like, I wonder what it must have taken to transport all of that over there to Adepticon. All of them, like all of it just so many pictures. It must have been really, really cool to see all of that. Yeah, let me know how your miniatures, how your elves are coming along. All right. I think, fingers crossed, I think we're going to be able to finish this guy tonight. That would be great. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting on the parchment. All right, I can also take some of that white paint and do these wings on his shoulder. I've got my lady boss and my babies sleeping on the camera. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they stay down and I can finish this miniature off tonight. That would be fantastic. I think I mentioned that my favorite color to paint with was Necro Gold, and it still is. It's amazing, but I've been finding a lot of uses for Scrag Brown to highlight up leather and all sorts of colors of leather. You can do like Mournfang Brown with Scrag Brown highlights. What I'm going to be doing is painting my Scrag Brown onto this a dryad bark, so it's a really dark brown leather, and this beautiful orangey brown highlight. It's going to make it look like aged leather, scratched and worn and stretched out. You can do some random little scuffs and scratches. Then what I'm going to do is take my dryad bark and clean up the scrag brown lines. There we go. All right, so now what I've got next to me is the Sanguinor. Now, yep, look, I gotta do this blood in the bowl, the white wings on his belt. That's what I need to do. So I'm gonna start with a layer of Administratum Gray. And also, if you're there, Prophet, thanks for subscribing to me or following me, whatever the term is, on Twitch. We're trying to grow my Twitch channel up to 50 followers, because then I'll be able to monetize my Twitch streams. So I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams to get closer to that goal. And then I saw that you can't multi-stream once you're a Twitch affiliate. So what I would do is probably still have my YouTube and Twitch like combination streams like this one. Hey, Lynx Lord, and then I would maybe do just some Twitch streams that are just like exclusively Twitch streams. So I'll be able to. Oh no! Look, the red is bleeding. So I'll be able to have some monetized streams going. But as I move forward, I'm really going to try to do more in all outlets. So I want to plug the coffee shop as well as my Patreon, and hopefully get more people to check out all of my content. Also, if you're not aware, I started a change.org petition asking Games Workshop to change the name of Warboss Green to WarbossTae Green. Very important. We get as many signatures as possible. So head on over there and let's beg Games Workshop to change Warboss Green to WarbossTae Green. With 1 million signatures, they'll have to do it. All right. I'm taking Mephiston Red now. This is my second color for highlighting the gems. Ooh, look at that pop. So the tip with, or the trick that I found is that as you're adding colors to highlight your gems and your jewels, the brighter colors go lower. The further down you go, the brighter the gems and the jewels should be. Excuse me. And this is to enhance, or like to create the effect that the light is coming down from above, from a light source from above, and it's creating contrasting like shadows and brightness. So you still want there to be a little bit of darkness in the gems. And then we're going to use like a nice bright orangey color for the third color for the second highlight. So let's actually go with Evil Sun Scarlet. I wanted to find my Fire Dragon Bright, but I don't see it anywhere. So this is just as good. Evil Sun Scarlet is a brighter red than Mephiston. It's got a little bit of an orange tinge to it. It's not as much as Fire Dragon, but still, it's a really nice pop highlight color. So you want to go lower than your last highlight, which for me was Mephiston Red. Funny though, knowing they'll just they'll just sue me. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should cancel that petition. Or even worse, they would have lawyers come and sue me and tell me I can never use my name again. Like, we own your name now. Yes, you can. We're going to change the name on the paint pot, but now you can't ever use that name again. And then I would have to change my name to like Sleepy Dad Boss Tay, because I'm always, that's my secret, Captain. I'm always sleepy. All right, we're getting pretty close. If you guys checked out, I just uploaded the video for my day 8 of my painting challenge. Oh man, my baby's crying already. We're not even, oh, we are 12 minutes in. I just uploaded the video and this giant mosquito eater decided to land on one of my brushes right in the middle of me filming this video. It was hilarious and terrifying. Mosquito eaters look horrifying, but they're not actually dangerous. They just look like big giant bugs. Okay, I'm gonna cross my fingers. I see my lady boss trying to take care of my babies right now. And let's see if, oh, that guy's back. All right, she's got it. Whew. Lady boss, good job, lady boss. You know who didn't do a good job? Whoever designed these paint pots. I'm really like at the end of my rope with these stupid paint pots and all the money that I've wasted because I didn't clean them out properly and the paint in the lid just got dried and then like I ruined the pot. Although there are some paint pots that are just not good, like the like White Scar. I've never had a good pot of White Scar. So I've never seen how good White Scar can actually be. Games Workshop's color for, what was it? The Corax White is actually pretty good. It has good coverage. It is pretty smooth. But by then I'd already moved on to using Bold Titanium White from Pro Acryl. And I can't go back to using any kind of white paint from Games Workshop. You know what I forgot to do? Is drink. Let's hit it with a bit more corn red. This is part of a Blood Angels commission. I've got the Death Company box right under the table. I wanted to finish this guy first before I crack that open because that's going to be just a whole project in itself. As much as I want to finish the dwarf project, which, oh yeah, Lynx Lord, I don't know if you've seen, but I'm going to be changing my entire dwarf army to focus only on Barak Var. The gate to the sea gate. I think that's going to be, it's going to be good to have like a cohesive color scheme across the entire battalion. And then I think it's also going to be easier to sell on eBay for $800, which is what the goal is. I'm manifesting it. All right, I want to try this color I have kicking about. I'm not a dad. I'm still tired all the time. That was me too. That was me as well. Okay, so this is going to be an experiment. Fresh blood. Sangre fresca from Game Effects. I got this this Game Effects set because I wanted to see. It's got a bunch of stuff like rust and vomit and oxidation, verdigris, and I think I did like their blood effects. It has a nice glossy finish, and they have a like a dried blood one as well. So let's see how the fresh blood looks. Swirling about in the cup. That's funny. Back in the day, I used to use this paint that I really loved. Excuse me. To me, a clear red was like the best paint to use for blood. That's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. And then, yeah, if I want to, for some reason, chat takes half a day to get to your screen. I think, okay, yeah, you know what? I think it might be because I'm doing multi-streams as well as the live stream app. It's a little different from the YouTube chat. I've seen YouTube chat take a little bit of time as well, but yeah, I know. I apologize. I think that's something they mentioned that they were working on. All right, let's use some cheap black acrylic paint to knock out some of this script work. Yeah, Barrackvar is great, especially that deep sea emerald green color that I've worked out for them. I'm pretty pleased with how it's coming together. I don't know if you look at the box art. I don't know what it's saying on the back. Like, what is this? Virtue? Virtus? I don't know, but whatever I'm gonna write, that's not what it's gonna look like. It's gonna say blood. The most unoriginal thing to put on scroll work for a blood angel. Blood. Let's try and do Angelus. Angelus. This is a horrible mistake. Virtue? Maybe virtue. Danica, hey, hello. I don't know if I've ever seen you in my chats before. Yeah, I haven't seen you live for a while. Well, yep. I'm trying to do a lot more live stuff. I'm trying to do a lot more live streams, and I'm having fun with it. But if like I look at my numbers, and they're very discouraging. But I have a good time, and it kills an hour or two for me. So I'm pleased to keep live streaming as much as I can. How are you doing tonight, Danica and Lynx, and everybody else who's hanging out? All 5 of you. What is it? Is it the middle of the week? It's like Wednesday night. Oh my gosh. It's like early Thursday morning for me. Okay, I'm gonna say that's a V, and let's just do virtue. Virtue is a good scroll work word. Whenever I freehand scroll work like this, it's always messy the first time you block out your letters. And it's gonna look really sad, and you're gonna probably want to quit. But just remember that you're blocking out your letters first. That's like when you get to the cleanup phase, it's gonna clean it up. Just sat down from painting some blood angels. There you go. I am very excited to do this Blood Angels commission. I'm kind of sad that it's making me stop painting dwarves, but dwarves are like just a fun little palette cleanser that I really love to paint. And these blood angels are going to put some bucks in the bank, and that's what I need to be doing as a stay-at-home dad boss. So I'm going to be trying to get as many of these painted before the end of April as possible. Yeah, Virtue might end up looking like the word gruel. I've never been one for freehanding on scrolls. I used to use a pen, Micron Arts pen, but I think the one I was using, a .005, has dried out, or I've used it to the end of its lifespan, and I haven't been able to refill it, or replace it rather. Brutus. Maybe it's Brutus. I don't know. It's a mystery that will reveal itself. It's noon where you are? You must be in Europe. Virtue. Let's try one more time with the E. I've also noticed with doing fancy schmancy like Gothic lettering, you can fix, or not fix, but cover a lot of your mistakes by doing all of the little swirls and like hatch marks on the ends of your letters. Yeah. My client's gonna be like, wow, that looks really, really ornate. What is that? And I'm gonna say it's a bunch of chicken scratches. I have no idea what it is. Oh, sorry. I hope that doesn't wake up my babies. I dropped a box of my new enamel paint that I got from this Villainy Ink company. I bought a whole set. So this Dystopian Brown and their Goons Grime is like some of the best enamel paints I've ever used. I think it's fantastic. And you know what? I don't know if I showed it on live stream, that creepy little guy that I painted up. I'll see if I can find him. The first time I've gotten into using enamel paints, like really trying to figure out the technique for them, I wanted to go all out, and so I bought this whole set right from Villainy Inks. And I followed their tutorials, or their tutorial guides. Shucks, I don't see him. I think he came out pretty well though. I'm a bit intimidated to try painting the fully gold models. Ah, yeah. You said this was a commission. How big of a collection is it? Oh, okay, Danica. So, you know, first of all, if you're ever intimidated about painting gold, the best paint for painting any kind of gold that I've found is this from Metal and Alchemy, Necro Gold. I don't shade it at all. Like, I found that if I just apply it straight to a model, it goes on so well with this natural looking highlight. I guess I could shade it. I feel like any shading I do would just rob it of the way it naturally goes on. Leo! It is super early and super late. So I think it looked really great. If I wanted to shade it, what I might do is take some like really dark brown, like a dryad bark, mix it up with some black, and really water it down, and then shade that into like the darker areas. But I don't know, I love the way it looks when it turns in the light. I feel like if I put any shading at all, it would really like change the way that the model looks. Like the way it looks right now is, it just makes me so happy to use this Necro Gold. So I've actually used this on some Sanguinary Guard as well. It just looks terrific, and I love using it. No way, Danica. That's the same gold you use. Great minds think alike. That's how it is. I'm my commission is the Sanguinor, a sanguinary priest. I did a combat patrol, which you might have seen a couple videos back, and then the entire Death Company box. Okay, Link's Lord, I want to show you this. While I was digging through my collection just now, I found a bunch of these from a company called Galmarak, and they're supposed to come with bases, but the vendor who sold them to me didn't include those. So I'm going to take a break from my Sanguinor. I'm going to build this up for Link's Lord so he could see what they look like, and I'm not build them up. They came fully cast and built. There's no gluing, only on little details on Assault Intercessors. Oh, I thought it was nice with red armor. Yeah, it looks great. It looks like old gold, if that makes sense. It looks like aged gold, and that's why I really like using it. I think it catches the light beautifully, and it's like my favorite color to paint with. I mentioned it on a stream. How do you spell that? You know, I have to look, because I have to look at my eBay purchases. This is supposed to be a 30. It cost me something like 24 bucks, I think, from the Pecking Order store on eBay. So check out his store. I've promoted him before on my channel. He actually gave me a promo code one time. It was so cool. And he's trying to build out his 3D printing business. But at the time, he didn't have any dwarves. And then one day he got all the files for these dwarves, so he was offering it on his store. I don't think you could use the promo code WarbossTae anymore for a discount, but still, it's so cheap. And the stuff on his store, I mentioned it in a couple videos. If you look at anything, like if you check out the listing, say for these dwarves, then you probably are going to get an email because you checked it out, you viewed it. So eBay marks you being interested, that they send you like a discount. So however cheap something is, that's how I got so many that's how I got so many other stuff from this guy. Like the Pecking Order store has been really great with the different varieties of fantasy and like 40K-ish stuff. I can show off later on too if I have a minute before my babies all start screaming, to show off some like Deathcore of Krieg looking guys. Gotta love the dwarves. Yeah, the fantasy dwarves. Okay, so let me grab one to compare. So here's the dwarf champion. We are the best. And that's how he looks for the Thunderers. And then this is one of these Galmarak dwarves. I think they're pretty similar in scale. They look a little bit beefier. And here, this is where they differ. Like the Games Workshop dwarves, they flare outwards as you go down, right? They look like they're wearing big chainmail dresses. These Galmark dwarves almost have like the opposite profile. The silhouette is more of a like right side up triangle. Or I'm sorry, an upside down triangle where they're broad shouldered, big barrel chested, and then they kind of taper towards the waist. Whereas the Games Workshop dwarves look more like they're wearing a chainmail dress, as I've said. You don't really see any definition in the legs, like you see their boots peeking out from the bottom of their skirts. But these dwarves have their dresses pulled up a little, higher, they're a little bit saucier with showing off their legs, and you can see a little bit of the top of their boots. How is the command on the new Dowie? Yeah, he's so tiny. They are small. Like when you compare them to a 40K model, like the dwarves are tiny. And if you've never painted a fantasy dwarf before, they're so much fun to paint. And even when you compare them to a human-sized model. Lewis, come here, stand next to this dwarf. They prefer to be called little people. So you can see they're smaller than even a human-sized model. But I have so much fun painting them because there's not that much detail on them, you know. So there's really like it's a good chance for you to test out your techniques, your painting techniques without having to go big. Like if you had a large surface area model, for example, like a Chaos Knight with lots of big plates of armor. These guys have all tiny, everything is smaller scaled. So the gloves, the sleeves, the arms, the chainmail, the helmets, everything is a little bit smaller so you can practice your color theory, your techniques, and not have to worry about such a big model. Have you tried painting Legion's Imperialis models? Those are crazy small. Yeah, they look like the old Epic models, really tiny scale. I've never personally painted them, but I don't know if you all have noticed. I've recently been releasing YouTube shorts going over all of the symbols in this Solar Auxilia transfer sheet. And it's supposed to be for the Horus Heresy, so I just released one because I was doing my research on this. And this group, the Boromite Devils, there's like almost no like fluff or fiction for them, no background compared to all of these other ones that I was able to find. Maybe there is, but I haven't been able to find any. Yet they are the official color scheme for the Legions Imperialis, Solar Auxilia, as well as the Horus Heresy. They're the like grayish uniforms with the green armor, and that's like all of the Solar Auxilia for Games Workshop's games, and yet they don't have much background. And the thing I love about this transfer sheet too is that it's supposed to be for like vehicles, and yet they include a bunch of these smaller little markings on them so that you can actually use them on your infantry's shoulder pads. That's pretty cool. No, the same species, little people are human. Oh, humans, dwarves are a completely different race. No, saw the Dowie transfer short. Yeah, that's right. Lewis isn't up to date with all of his terminology. He's a very crusty old man that sits in his little laboratory all day and does who knows what. But yeah, I love painting smaller scaled miniatures. It helps me to figure out like what I'm doing, what my color scheme is going to be before I move over to a bigger human-sized model. I'm a little insecure, you know, when I'm working on miniatures that I don't have a firm grasp on what I'm going to paint on them. Especially coming back to painting. If you collected Warhammer when you were younger, I think a lot of us feel this way. If you collected Warhammer when you were younger, and you had a mom or a dad or somebody in your family who could fund your addiction, then it's a different experience than when you're older and those funds could also be going to things like rent or entertainment expenses, that's a big glob, other expenses. So I think that's a big part of why we don't paint a lot of our miniatures, because now we're spending money on it. We've invested money, and then now we're like thinking about investing our time into painting them, and that's why it's like such a hard decision for us to get started painting. We are indecisive. We kind of shuffle our feet and don't want to commit to any one paint job. Where's my spritz? I think this guy here looks pretty good, but his axe is hanging a little off the side. Does those not GW that we have a command group? They do. Oh, even as a kid, it was from your own treasury. Wow. I had an allowance. I remember having an allowance, and whenever I would go to the game store, I would always ask, that bug. If you were here earlier in the stream, I mentioned this mosquito eater that came in and scared me in the middle of, I was filming I was filming something, and it came in and it scared me, and now it's back. It's flying in my face. Yeah, I had an allowance when I was a kid, but I never had enough to be able to enjoy myself. So I would have to save my allowance just to go to the game store, and then I would beg and plead with my mom to supplement or forward me in advance, or I would say like, oh, I'll do this many chores for these many weeks if I could get that starter set for 5th edition. Man, those were the days. Before bills and responsibilities, when you're just a kid and your biggest decision is what dwarf hold colors to paint your dwarves in. I think that's why orcs and goblins were so easy to get into. They're so silly, and they didn't really have like transfers and nations or allegiances. You have the whole issue of like, what color Space Marines are you gonna paint, or what chapter, and what color Empire are you gonna paint? And it's like such a commitment. Yeah, I gotta stock up on Macragge blue. Not to go off on a completely different topic, but I went over to Twitch because I wanted to see like what the miniatures community was like over there. And it's not, I don't know, what do you guys think of the Twitch community for miniatures painting? I feel like it's not as it's not as big as the YouTube community, but Twitch is all live streaming, and YouTube you get your mix of live streaming as well as like people filming tutorials, and like there's all sorts of things on YouTube. I really should be spraying my super glue activator and saving myself a lot of time, so I'm gonna go look for that. Man, reading the chat widget takes some getting used to. Yeah, a box of Space Marines was like $25. Oh. Yeah, a box of like orcs, a box of goblins was like 20 bucks. It's vast. There are tons of mini streamers all over the globe. No, Leo, you're right. Doing wrong. Some days they were fairies, but that's so he thinks English. The doors of Norse were mythical, but not fairies, and more like Lord of the Rings in theme. I enjoy, yeah, I enjoy like the. I need to get some spray, activator spray. I enjoy my dwarves as like a studious, hardworking, mining in the mountains, Lord of the Ringsy types, and letting my elves be the kind of whimsical, almost fairy-like guys. But that's the great thing about fantasy. It's such a wide playground. Oh, you know what I should do? Boot, 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 boot. There we go. Now all I have to do is put glue on my little guy's feet. What am I doing? You're facing this way. You have a hammer. You guys should be at the ends because your axes hang over the bases. This is great. Gluing together some dwarves. Let's do like that, and then like that. What personal projects are you working on currently? My dwarves. And what I would like is to work on the solar auxilia models that I got. Oh, I hear babies crying. Come on, lady boss. Come on, lady boss. I'm gonna cross my fingers. Come on, lady boss. You can get them down. My babies love, I've been working on the railroad. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna try to get more work done tonight, is I'm gonna see if I need to get down there, then I might just let the stream run, and you might hear me singing in the background. I've been working on the railroad, and Hush Little Baby, Don't Say a Word. Those are my baby's favorite songs when they can't settle. And then if you want to hang out and listen to that for a while, you can. Or, of course, I totally understand if you want to check out something else and pop back in when the babies settle, and I would come back to the desk. I think that's what I'm going to do now. Instead of having like an 11-minute stream and then like a 2-minute stream like I did the other night, I think I'm going to just leave the stream running, and maybe I'll put a ticker at the bottom. What solar auxilia are really cool. I was tempted to get some. Yeah, Danica, I think the thing that has kept me from getting them, why I've more thoroughly enjoyed painting Imperial Guard solar auxilia guys, is that you don't see their faces, and that's something, the human element, that I like out of all of my science fiction miniatures that I collect, is like the human element of seeing a face, and they're all wearing these really goofy looking helmets that look like old nautical deep sea diving helmets. You guys know what I'm talking about. They look silly, and I can't get into that. I think that's the only thing though, because when they first announced, oh no, this guy should be like this. When they first announced Solar Auxilia for Horus Heresy, and Forge World was still like doing it, right? So they were all resin figures. I remember thinking like, oh, a 30K Imperial Guard, that would be so cool. And I never got into it, but I would love to. What personal projects are you working on right now, everybody? Leave a message in the chat. Whew. The April Painting Challenge. Yeah, that's right. Head on in. Wonderland's War. That was that. So was that the queen? One of the queens? That was a great mini, Leo. I love that. I love the sculpt. I love the color scheme you went with. Oh, look at this. A double, what would you call this? Like a double layer of chainmail on top of chainmail. This is like Dowie, the cribs. No, not the cribs. Pimp My Dowie. Yo, dog, I heard you. Yo, Dowie, I heard you like chainmail. So we got you chainmail on chainmail so you could wear chainmail over your chainmail. I'm sorry if you don't get that reference. There's a show called Pimp My Ride. I hate having to explain stuff. And in the middle, the show is about people taking someone's car and adding the most ridiculous stuff on top. It was called Pimping Your Car, right? Pimping Your Ride. So they would have like swimming pools and home entertainment systems, just all sorts of ridiculous stuff. And the host exhibit would always say, "Yo, dog." Just thinking about it now makes me laugh. It would say, "Yo, dog, I heard you liked this. So we put this in your car so you could do this while you do this while you drive." Oh man, golden age of television. I want to put this guy on the base and then show you what he looks like, because I think he looks really cool for a leader character. And like I said, if you check out eBay, the pecking order store, uh, the miniatures that this guy has that he makes is really terrific. And at the price too. It's such a great price point to get into it. Yeah, no banner. So that's why I told you I bought like $400 worth of stuff. And if this unit cost me only 25-ish dollars, I think with the discount they came out to like 22. And there's supposed to be 30 of them. So the other 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, the other 12, including the banner, as well as a unit of berserkers or, slayers. I've also got like an Empire land ship that's supposed to mimic the Marienburg land ship. I got a bunch of like Bretonians and fake Empire. I got so much stuff from this guy. So the rest of this unit is in there somewhere. I just wanted to show you guys what the scale of these dwarven warriors with hand weapon and shield looks like, because they are so close to the Games Workshop version, and I think they look really great. So Games Workshop version also has hand weapon and shield guys. Here, just for comparison, the official Games Workshop, the official Games Workshop mini hand weapon and shield, and we'll put him next to his cousin from Pecking Order store. So here's what they look like side by side. I like that these dwarves, yeah, they're called like Galmarak or something. Once I find them, if you go to the Discord after I put this stream up, I'll put a link, because I can't remember like off the top of my head what they were called. But they've got warriors, they've got two-handed weapon warriors, they've got berserkers, they've got female berserker models too. Interestingly enough, I think the female or the drummer, the musician, or the banner bearer is a female, and she's wearing like a tube top strip of cloth, and they look pretty good because they're posed like dynamically, So I'll put a link. They look like the older GW plastic Dowie. Yeah, they do. I like that there's like, for the amount of money that these guys cost me, $22 around there, you get this amount of detail in the chainmail, and in the shield there's a lot of what's the word, like wood grain in the shield. I gotta back up my camera. It needs to zoom in and then do one of these things to do a close-up. Yeah, it's still not getting it. Okay, I'm not gonna hurt your eyes anymore. Just wanted to show you these Galmarak dwarves. I have Blood Angels, World Eaters, and Deathcore projects going on right now. Danica, you sound like you are in the same boat as I am. Not personally. I think my personal projects are a bunch of Deathcore, and I just picked up a box of World Eaters, the Combat Patrol. Hey, here, babies. I don't know if like they have gas, like we're not burping them enough. They just can't settle for the entire night. It's crazy. Like they go to sleep at a good time, and then always at about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, they wake up like crying. Oh no. So what inevitably happens is you drop one of these and they immediately shatter. Painting dwarf male seems tedious. For Skaven, it's easy. I also just got the World Eaters Combat Patrol. Yeah, I did too. They were being removed and I didn't want to miss out. Such good value. I did too. That's what I heard. That they were going to get rid of the Combat Patrol for the World Eaters. And I was like, well, I got to get it then. But look at that. All I did was drop this off the side of my table, and the axe head just immediately popped off. and it's a thin join right there. It's resin, so it's thinner than plastic. You get better, all this great detail, and it does come at a price because now I have to figure out how this thing went. Oh, bollocks. There. It's like Tetris. Gotta say that FOMO. It's a thing. It's a real thing. But then again too, like I think I was in a place mentally where I was thinking of doing all these different projects, like collecting combat patrols, because you already get a little bit of inherent value from as opposed to purchasing everything separately. And then yeah, that FOMO kicked in when I heard, oh, there was too much value in the World Eaters Combat Patrol, so they're removing it from the shelves. All right, Mr. Dowie, I'm sorry I snapped your axe in half. Could you pin it in place with a paper clip? I could, but I'm so lazy. Hey, Marshy, funny creature. Super late. Yes, it is. Got the babies on monitor right next to me. And the thing is, I'm determined to paint this guy. If you guys have like multiple screens, or if you're able to, like, I guess, I don't know if you're on YouTube, you can't, but if you're able to check it out, I highly suggest you check out my Day 8 April Painting Challenge video, where I'm painting this thing and a giant spooky bug lands on the brush next to me. It changed my life. All right. We are going to, okay, yeah, we're going to finish this guy tonight. I am determined. Got some, yeah, oh, look at that. So the fresh blood that I used from here, Game Effects from Vallejo, fresh blood. I use it sometimes, you know, it's good for gore effects or whatever, but it's basically like a reddish looking blood that has some glossiness to it. If you want really fresh, bright, vibrant blood, I would go with a Tamiya Clear Red, but this is a good substitute. Oh, my poor babies. Yeah, like I said, if I ever have to leave the table, I'm going to just let the stream run. I'm going to grab my baby and try to sing her back to sleep. Okay, she's okay. They love Cedarmont Kids, if you know what that is. We tell the Echo to start playing Cedarmont Kids when they get really fussy and upset, and they just like, they start they're dancing now, so my babies will like will like wave their arms and like shake their heads from side to side. Be right back. Okay, I'm gonna check out the bug. Sanguinor looking nice, thank you. I keep forgetting that I have that, but I never got around to painting a mini with gore on. Yeah, I know. Did you get the set, Leo, with the vomit and the what else is in that? There's like dried blood, there's vomit, there's fresh blood, there's verdigris, there's like some sickly, it's supposed to be like zombie white, but I think it's bright enough white. It's like white with a little bit of greenish tinge to it. I think there was a huge missed opportunity by Games Workshop by not including in their Blood Angels transfer sheet something to put on the Sanguinor's scrolls here. I might have to look around on my other transfer sheets to find stuff. I think my client would like it if there's more than just black squiggly lines. Tamiya Clear Red. I'm frustrated with my death core because I can't get the color close enough to my reference and I keep restarting. Oh, okay, Danica, what regiment are you going for? Did you paint the dwarves? Yes, maybe. I don't know. I had to stop Marshy because I booked this commission, and it's like a good amount of money if I can get it painted up quick. So I gotta focus on getting these doors painted because as you know, I have a limited amount of time to paint as it is. Let's see what I can use. Maybe I can use something off of my vehicle transfer sheet. Yeah, maybe one of these guys at the bottom. Although, like, I could probably pull something off of, like, the Ultramarines or Space Marine transfer sheet too. Yeah, I think I will. All right. Let me look up. I think it's from Bluey. My bros are fans. I do know I need the Sanguinor on the box art has like a white cup. So if I can find that here, then that's one less thing I have to worry about. But where, oh my gosh, unless they freehand painted it, that would suck. Yeah, it's like, it's this. There's like a white chalice. Don't tell me I have to freehand this. It looks like it, huh? Like a white chalice with the iron halo on top and some blood drops in the middle. I don't see that. That's a bummer. I kind of just want to wrap this guy up. Maybe, you know what? Because it can't be the blood drop with wings, because that's already on his left shoulder pad. So I need to find something on the right shoulder pad that says Sanguinor. This is real-time artistry at work, folks. Hear that? That does look good though. And where else is that gonna go? That looks good. I don't know, both of them look good. I think the white would stand out better. So the fact that this is in gold is the casual. Yeah, that Donald Duck. Maybe I'll do the gold one. Maybe I'll do the black one. I don't know. My son was watching it again. It was this Donald Duck cartoon on Disney Plus. So if you have Disney Plus, go and check out All in a Nutshell. It's a little short Donald Duck and Chip and Dale cartoon. It's like about 6-7 minutes. But right at the beginning, they knock on the door and Donald Duck comes out. Well, first he goes, "Oh, a customer," and then he opens the door and they're gone. And then he goes, "Oh," I forget what he says. Like, maybe it was the wind. I don't know. And the way he says it, just so dismissively, and then he just walks back inside and shuts the door, is like the funniest thing. Oh man. Or maybe it is to me because I'm running off of like 4 minutes of sleep. Did I decide that I was gonna go with this black chalice? Did I vocally say that this was the better choice than the golden halo with the drops in it? I don't know. All right. I'm going for an old scheme from the 179th. There's a reference for them with brown gray coats and the urban camo painted armor. Too brown or too gray. Brown gray coats. 179th Sea Treasure. Okay. So Danica, that looks like. Have you considered to do both the mixes in the scheme and shade highlights to split the difference? I like that. That's cool. So it's this guy in the bottom left corner, right? 179th. And I'm looking at the top to see if there's like a regular, just a trench coat guy that's not a grenadier. But it looks like if you want to get that coat, what I would do is, it looks like a Thunderhawk blue, but like a little more. There's like a greenish tinge to it. That's like a drab green. I'm gonna have to do some experiments, I think. And then for the armor itself, that looks like Dark Reaper with Rust Gray. So the Dark Reaper is the darker color, and then you would paint Rust Gray stripes on it. Because then it's like a bluish gray. It's not straight gray. Or you could go like a Dark Reaper for the dark, and then for the lighter color in the camo, do like a Dawnstone mixed with the mixed with Rust Gray. That's fun. Fun. Deathcore drab on mine. Deathcore looks dark olive green. Yeah. Snickrot green with Agrax and a Dawnstone. I love it. We're all brainstorming to help Danica out. This is what I'm talking about. I got the best chat. The most helpful chat. Where are my tweezers? Here we go. I wonder if I have enough spare models to do like a series of different my interpretations of the different color schemes. That would be pretty cool. Because you've got the regular trench coat guys that are just in the regiment, and then you've got the grenadiers who have that armor. And sometimes, as you saw with the 179th, the armor can have almost a completely different color to it. Because yeah, it does look a little bit greenish drab to me, the coats, and the armor itself is like a grayish blue. Here we go. Smooth like butter. That works. Look at that. He's holding a chalice. He's got his chalice. It's good. Sometimes if like I'm usually putting transfers on these curved surfaces, right? Like shoulder pads for Space Marines. So if you find that the micro set didn't get enough underneath the transfer to make it movable, like right now this is pretty movable, I don't need it. But if I had to use it, I would use my hobby knife, because there's so much saturation right now with the micro set that all you have to do. Fighting Sisters battle on Wednesday. Can you post your reference in the Discord as guards? I'm sorry. I feel like I'm missing the chat because I'm focusing on getting this transfer down. I will check the chat in a second. Oh no, I just realized my iPad shut off. Sometimes, rarely, but sometimes if I'm really focused on painting and I've got the monitor going in the other room, the monitor will die, or like an alert will come on like low battery, because I'm not anywhere near a charger. So I'm basically reliant on the iPad's battery to keep my baby monitor powered. And if I'm not paying attention, the power will go, the iPad will die, and I will not be able to hear if my babies start crying. And if the lady boss is stuck in that bedroom with 3 babies crying, my toddler son and my two my twin girls, then oh boy, that's not a good time. That's when the stream ends in disaster. That's how paint streaming usually works. I need a manager. I need, what do you call it? Like a stream moderator. You rang? No, not right now. Ooh. Oh no, Igor, did you fall off your base? I have to glue Igor back. You broke me, master. I'm broken. I've been broken so many times. I need a paint. I need to be replaced better than ever, please. I've been all busted up since 2016. Let's do super glue. Igor, we've been through some adventures, haven't we? Oh yes, master. Man, I should put down some carpet. That's when the trombone comes out. I know there's a feature somewhere that'll give you a little noise when people write in chat. I need to look into that myself. I mean, when I get in the zone, I can forget time so hard that a day passes without break. A day? Holy cow. I just joined the Discord. Could I post the reference to Krieg in there? Oh yeah, so Danica, the way that Darth Torlin has it set up, you got to go into roles first, and I think click that you're a painter, and then if you stream or you post on YouTube, then click those two as well. Whatever, just click on whatever roles you want, and then that's going to allow you to post pictures. That's to keep the bots out, I guess, and keep everything in the Discord running smoothly. But yeah, definitely post the reference to the Krieg. You could do it in the April Painting Challenge channel, or you could do it in a work in progress, or anything in the hobby. Like the whole hobby section has a bunch of different channels that it would work fine for. I don't know if you guys remember, but I took Igor and friends with me to all over the world. They've been hanging out with me for quite a while. I should retire them. Aloha. Dwarven Darkness. Aloha. Takes me back. Takes me back. Back to the kind. Takes me back. Back to the kind. Good as new, Igor. Please retire me. I'm so busted. I'm gonna go look for some cats. All right, where was I? I got the transfer. We're so close to finishing this guy off. I would love to finish this miniature and not have to worry about him. And I've got the basing material I'm going to use. It's this Kraut Cover product that I really like. And I hope we can use it. I used it on my combat patrol guys. Where's Commissar Bane these days? He is right here. Keeping watch. I actually have a bunch of Deathcore of Krieg stuff that I had gotten for a pretty good price on eBay. And he'll be doing a formal inspection, making sure everything is up to code. Join a union, Igor. yeah. Kabubu has one. You had them 15 years ago, so yeah, they've been around. Um, I painted Igor in Hawaii. Holy cow! I painted Commissar Bane and Lewis in Hawaii too. Before I even moved to California. That's pretty wild. So this product has like bones and stuff inside, skulls and bones. I take left is the 170. Okay, great. Thank you. I see it, Danica. Awesome. We shall check it out and hopefully give you some of our thoughts. In fact, anybody, there's a lot of people on the Discord who aren't awake right now or who aren't watching my stream, and I think when they pop into the Discord, like Biggs, for example, he'll probably have a good idea as well. But yeah, this company Crowdcover does a lot of different basing solutions. I thought that this would look great on either red armored Blood Angels or black armored Death Company. I was looking for a base cover that would unify, right, the entire army, because red and black are so like different visually when you look at a unit of Death Company on the field, or like a Dreadnought, as opposed to like a Blood Angels, like a red tank or something different. So I think this scatter cover works perfectly. It's got a bunch of different tones in it, and they're not distracting though. Like you could see on the Combat Patrol video summary that I made, that it looks great on gold figures like the Sanguinary Guard. That's another thing. So my basing had to look good on gold miniatures, red miniatures, and black miniatures. And when I tested a bunch of the ground cover that I usually would like to use, like this one, the Grimdark City Rebel, I think this is a terrific base cover for just about anything. I just didn't like that it was almost identical to, not identical, but it almost blended into the black armor of the Death Company. And because the Death Company is such a big part of this commission, I wanted them to stand out. I want that black armor to stand out against the base, which is why I think this is a perfect choice. So it's called Crowdcover, and the product itself is called A Tale of Grimdark. I think I actually found it from, I saw on Twitter somebody posted it, and they said, oh, we've got this back in our store. So I checked it out and I was like, yep. And I ordered 6 boxes. They're like, it rarely comes in the store, order it now. So I got a bunch. Oh, dude, I missed the name on the basing stuff with the bones. That would be great on World Eater bases. Yep, it would. Crowdcover, this stray hair. Crowdcover, A Tale of Grimdark, I believe. Unless you can see something else that I'm not seeing. I think that's what it is. A Tale of Grimdark. You know what this is actually a great fit for is Flesh Eater Quartz. Still need to sort out the vibrant or angry red dust pigment. Yeah, you know what? Like this as a base, right? Just so that you're not working off of a flat base. Like you need to have some kind of texture that's going to harden and create the Earth or the Mars. And then you would take your pigment powder and dust the pigment powder on top of it, or maybe like even on top of your miniature's legs and feet to show them walking through the dust, and then use some pigment fixer and just spray it on so that the dust doesn't go flying everywhere anytime you pick the miniature up. I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, and then like every video I've seen where people use that kind of effect where it's like dusty red Mars, it's always like you use a dry brush to apply the powder and then the pigment fixer to hold it in place. I would try mixing just a little bit of Rhinox hide into some Dawnstone, then highlight with pure Dawnstone. Okay. I think I was trying to paint something here. So if you're new to freehanding like purity seals and stuff, like most of you know this, what I'm about to say, but what I like to do is paint on my squiggly black lines of text and then go back in with the base color, in this case, Rakarth Flesh, and then tighten it up to make it look like it's actually to scale. Because when you think about it, all the writing that the scholars and the whoever would have done, the priests would have done on these scrolls, would be very small lines of text. It's also a good way to practice to make sure you're not painting like diagonally. Sanguinor looks good. Good call with the white one, stands out more. Oh, I forgot to put the blood in the vial here. Easy fix. I'm just gonna go straight with Mephiston. I'm gonna eschew the corn red. My son is, he's like 3 years old, right? And we went to Barnes & Noble today. And we're looking for books to read to him because he's at that age where he's outgrown his board books, like the books that the pages are made out of cardboard. But he's not yet old enough to read on his own. And so we were like looking at some of the books that I remember when I was a kid reading. And right at the front of Barnes & Noble, there was The Wind in the Willows. And I was like, I never got to read that when I was a kid. That might be a good one. And we opened it up to like a random page. And it was so like advanced that like the language that they used was very, very old, academic. It sounded good. Like I was like, I wish they taught kids to talk like this still. I think we would be in a much better place academically, but like it was so simple. The language was so simple, but so complex. I remember off the top of my head, okay, so the part I'm talking about is just one sentence at the beginning of the story where Mole was waiting for Badger because he wanted to meet Badger because Badger was of such a respectable personage that all of the animals in the area would have liked to have made his acquaintance. It's something like that. That's a very eloquent, beautiful sentence. And I imagine myself reading that to my son and him looking at me with his eyes crossed because he has no idea what I'm saying. And we tried to keep him away from things like, the TV and like definitely stuff like SpongeBob and the new Mickey Mouse, things that are really frenetic and chaotic. So like the TV shows that we let him watch are like Bob Ross, Joy of Painting, and like Thomas the Choo Choo Train, the original, not the CGI one. And he's like, he's bored with it now. He calls SpongeBob the cheese guy with the long cheese nose. I think he saw the thumbnail of it once and he was like, what's that? And I said, I don't know. I don't know what that is. And he said, he looks like a cheese guy. I said, yeah, he does. He said, with a long cheese nose. And I said, that's a cheese guy with a long cheese nose. And now all he wants to do is, every time we go to a store and he sees a SpongeBob t-shirt or something, he said, oh, look, Daddy, it's the cheese guy with the long cheese nose. I'm like, oh, man. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to let him watch some SpongeBob. All right, see you, Marshy. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. All right. I am going to, against all my better judgment, what I'm going to do is try to replicate some of these symbols and just the script work, just for funsies. So I'm going to start with this band of red with white droplets. baby's crying. Oh. So number 3. I think my lady boss might need some help. Usually if the baby cries this much, you're going to hear her start calling my name in a second. And if I look at the video and the baby is sitting up in bed, then I know I gotta go. But right now she's just rolling over, trying to get comfortable. Chalice. Chalice. Yeah, there's a chalice over here. I see some of the guys on YouTube, like the real professional painters, with some beautiful, like really nice high quality brushes. And I'm like, oh, how they have so much control. Those brushes must be really good. And I'm just like, I want one. I want some nice brushes. Then again, too, I got to take care of my brushes. I got to take better care of my brushes. I've seen some nice brush restorer, what are they called, like pomade looking things. There was a chalice transfer. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It's the same one that I used on his shoulder pads. So I think it will. It's the same one. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean, Leo. You might have just saved me. You know what then? Let's let's cancel this. Oh, my poor babies. Let's erase that. We'll just put a chalice transfer over that. And I might see you guys all in a little bit. So if you want to hang out, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be back in a little while. I would forget the baby is there until I cry, then get shocked. All right, so yeah, hang out if you want, guys, or I don't have any music to play, unfortunately, just you're gonna be hearing me singing. I've been working on the railroad in the background, but I will come back to the stream as soon as you see these lights pop back on. So I will see you all in a quick minute. shouting. Dinah, blow your horn. There we go. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Strumming on the old banjo and singing fee-fi, fiddly-I-o, fee-fi, fiddly-I-o, whoa, fee-fi, fiddly-I-o, strumming on the old banjo. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, the little socks up the little go marching down with the ground together to the rain. Boom, 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 boom. I've been working on the railroad all the little day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Don't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morning. Don't you hear the captain shouting? Dinah, blow your horn. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Little baby, don't say a word. Daddy's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird will sing, Daddy's gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring turns brown, Daddy's gonna buy you a looking glass. If that looking glass gets broke, Daddy's gonna buy you a phone. If that really goes wrong, Daddy's gonna buy you a card and book. If that card and book don't work, Daddy's gonna buy you a dog named Mark. If that dog named Mark won't bark, he'll still be the cutest baby in the park. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
one thing which was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play. Laugh and play. It made the children.
Well, players, we are back. Oh, girl painting. What's up? Oh man, I'm gonna have to scroll up through this entire chat log to see what's going on. Man, what a... So tonight was kind of an experiment because the last time I did a stream, I think it lasted for like 10 minutes and then I had to leave. Yeah, girl painting is awesome. Girl painting has, we've been in the trenches since the early 2010s, making content, painting behind a camera. Oh man. Girl painting is a rock star. Yeah, so I cut the stream last time after 11 minutes because my baby started crying and I had to leave. And then I thought after I put my baby down, oh, okay, I can get back into it and do some more painting. And I think I got like 2 minutes into the next stream when my baby started crying again and I had to get up and oh boy, what a mess. So I thought, well, this time, why don't I just leave the camera running and then just come back to it? Then I don't have to do like multiple streams, and if people are trying to follow along, then after the fact, they could just fast forward through all the parts where nothing's going on. People jump in or jump out of the stream, then that's totally fine too. And I don't know, it's pretty exhausting. I think the next time that happens, if my baby cries again and I have to get up and run to tend to her or the other baby or my son or anything, then I might just have to skedaddle. All right, let's finish this scroll work and then we'll get done. The tiny human assembly. Oh yeah, so Danica, you're mentioning Legions Imperialis. I think one of the reasons why I have not gotten into it is because of all the tiny humans. How small the scale is. It's a little terrifying. But yeah, I love seeing like the color schemes. I like the idea of having an entire like 40k army would be so much to field all the tanks and armor, and it just looks really cool. Nice. Yeah, I remember that video too. I think that's got to be one of your more popular ones on girl painting, because I remember that one always showing up in my feed. The algorithm used to always suggest your Emperor's Children how to paint, and I remember that vibrant pink colors. That's so cool. History. Let's do the campaign badge down here. I'm honored, girl painting, that you would actually hang out in my stream with nothing going on. Like, I'm sorry I wasn't here for those couple of minutes. Yeah, you know, one time I did a Byzantine, like 8mm scale archers. I wonder if I want to cut any of these out. And I was like so intimidated by how tiny they were, and I thought, I'm gonna have to get into all these shields and faces, and how am I gonna do all these little eyeballs? It turns out I didn't. When they're that small, you don't have to worry about a lot of details. And that's what I like about them too. You feel like you get so much more painted because they're so small. All right, what I'm gonna do is got a couple more lines of script on these, on this parchment here. Then let's see if we can knock out a couple teardrops in this red bar. That's not half bad. Not half good either. Oh, it's kind of close. It's kind of close. I have to go in and clean that up just a tiny bit. I think my YouTube watch next videos, my autistic still fret over the details. Yeah, probably me too. Be like, I gotta get those little eyeballs painted. My feed would always be, whenever I would open up my YouTube, it would be like the latest videos from Blue Table Painting, Great Jojo Man, Girl Painting, Mini Wargaming. I think that was like, those videos were always populating my watch next. Every time I opened the YouTube, it'd be like, oh, Girl Painting's got another tutorial on. I gotta check it out. We're the old guard. I think I was like looking through some of my older videos today to try to remember something that I did, or like a color scheme that I used. And I saw that I had been posting for like over, I think it's over 14 years now. I think the last time I looked, it was like 12 years, and I was like, that's funny. That's a long time. The eyes on the infantry, yeah, they don't actually have eye lenses sculpted. Ooh. Girl Painting, I would love 500 views. I think, yeah, I know that. I think mine is all like, I think I cap at like 400 views now for videos. But I don't know. I do like tutorials and stuff on things that I would find interesting. And then I realized, what did I see? Who said it? Was it Mr. Beast? Somebody said it. They're like, the way the algorithm works. I forget what they're saying. I watched all these how to grow on YouTube videos because I was like, how do I save my channel? I have so much history on painting videos and I want to keep doing it, but I'm not getting any views anymore. And they're like, title and thumbnail, you gotta make videos that people will click on, because when they click on it and they do all the stuff, like and subscribe and comment, then that's what pushes it up to other people. And I'm like, I don't know how to do any of that. My thumbnails is basically, I make it on like a meme app where I put meme font onto pictures. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do what I always do during like one of my painting challenges and try to post every day. And then I discovered the beauty of shorts. Have you tried shorts girl painting? Using tools and cheating. Oh yeah. Cheat and use script transfers. Yeah, I gotta find some script transfers too. Do one thing, do it often, have a good thumbnail and title. Yep, that's right. And I started doing shorts, and I literally knock one out in like a minute. And a video that I do in a minute through shorts has gotten like thousands and thousands of views in like hour, or in like the series of like 3 to 5 hours or something. And I'm like, man, I put so much effort and work into a tutorial and then voice over it now because I can't do it live, like a live stream. Like I have to film a whole tutorial now and do the voiceover afterwards. So that means like if a video is 45 minutes, then that's another 45 minutes spent in the recording booth, aka closet. And my lady boss does not like that. She's like, where did you go for 45 minutes? I gotta do the voiceover work. I'm an artist. And she said, yeah, you're a dishwasher. He said, and I say, I'm a dishwasher. You're absolutely right, babe. Because the last time I said, I'm not washing any dishes, my wife said, okay, I'll wash the dishes. You bathe these 2 babies and get your 3rd baby ready for bed and brush his teeth and read him a story. And I said, I wash dishes. I'm a dishwasher. There's a lot of squiggly lines. I saw somebody using a pen, and then I looked online on eBay, and none of the companies that sell these black pens have, oh, gotta read. Yeah, irregular videos, bad thumbnails, bang, channel set. I looked up Blood Angel tutorial tonight. I wonder if YouTube linked that up with your stream. Oh, maybe. Tutorials. Change the channel name to WarbossTae. That's funny. Yeah. I wonder, because of how the algorithm is, I wonder if I probably would type in tutorials under search and they would like take me to something completely random and not having anything to do with my channel. That's funny, girl boss. Yeah, it's crazy because sometimes I see people leaving comments and thinking like, oh, that's really cool. I like your channel. You should consider doing it more often. And then I turn into that meme from Titanic. It's been 84 years. I've been making content for 84 years. Guys and gals, I am starting to see double. My eyes are starting to cross. So as soon as I finish the script work, the last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna close it out and we're all gonna get a sense of closure and go to sleep feeling good about ourselves. And last thing I'm gonna do is put some of this crowd cover on the base work. Oh, this transfer's still sitting in a puddle of microsol or microset. That's not good. Let's get some of that out of there. I actually have some Heresy era Blood Angels that I want to unbox and show you guys. I'll see if I can do it before the stream ends, but it's beautiful stuff. And then they had a Dreadnought that they released. I didn't even know this when Forge World was doing the Heresy, and it was like a Dreadnought with a jump pack, and it looks like it's about to take off or like it's just landing in a superhero pose. It's like the most amazing Dreadnought I've ever seen, and it looks so cool. And it's so decorated, and all the Blood Angel stuff from the Heresy looks so good. And I keep thinking like, why didn't they do more ornate engraved stuff for like 40K Blood Angels, which I think should have more interesting looking transfers to it. When you look at some of the Heresy era shoulder pads and artwork and all the armor embellishment. I guess that's the word I'm looking for, embellishment. There's just so much beautiful stuff that they kind of just forgot. They didn't put in 40K. Bunch of time training out content, good way to get burnt out. Yep, you'll probably find something tea related. That's right, girl painting, yeah. Or tutorial will lead you to like a tutorial on how to press tea leaves. The regular videos hurts you the most. People forget you exist. Yep. 8 hours time for sleep slayer. Watching paint dry. Wasn't there a channel watching paint dry? I call it girl painting. I talked about this in my last stream. I didn't coin the term. I think somebody else came up with it, but it's garage hammer or garage videos where people would just like minimal setup, minimal editing, just doing what you can on your flip phone, flip camera, like in your home studio. None of this Squidmar professional teams of editors and like I miss there being more. I think more people should film on YouTube. Like, don't compare yourself to the big channels out there. Just get started. If you like to paint and you find, you don't even have to be an expert. Like, I'm no expert in this thing. Like, it's just something that I love to do, and I love sharing my passion with other people. So I think everybody should start a YouTube channel, not just to comment on other people's videos, but to actually post content and post what you're working on and show videos and share things that you like in the hobby and stuff. I think it's fun. Okay, here we go. Also, once you have kids making videos, hobby time probably gets drastically cut. Yep. I don't know if you can hear her crying again. I am working on a 0 budget. Girl painting, same. I'm working on a negative budget. Because I feel like I'm always in the hole. All right, Mr. Sanguinor, you're a handsome chappy. You're all done. The last thing I do before painting the base is, before painting the rim, is to do the basing. So we'll do that with some Geek Gaming basing glue. This is basically just your Elmer's glue, white glue, what have you glue. But I've noticed that it's not watery is not the term, but it doesn't get stuck in the nozzle as much. It still does, but like when you have it flowing well, like I just did there, it goes really smooth. It's not thick. You don't have to add water. With Elmer's glue or white glue, any kind of craft glue that I would use, it would usually come out of the tube so thick that I would need to add some water onto it, onto a wet palette. I have Insta. Oh yeah, I gotta upload more on Insta. Want to see what I've been working on in the last month? Yes, there are dozens of channels with that name. Yes, I do want to see what you've been working on this last month, girl painting. I keep forgetting I have Instagram. I only have like 3 things on Instagram right now, just like some dwarf stuff and I think 1 little video clip of the Sanguinor. So I gotta post more. Everything for the April painting challenge. I started hashtagging that too, like on my videos. And it's so funny because like when you hashtag something in the title of a video, it'll tell you how many other channels and videos have that hashtag, right? So I hashtag April painting challenge and it's like less than 100 videos and channels. It's like basically 0. Nobody has this hashtag. So it's like, oh, good. Good. YouTube girl paint. Ah, I post pretty much every mini I paint. Very cool. All right, here we go into the sauce. It's like butter. Oh no, it's covering up my campaign badge. Got some skulls in there. Ah, a nice little mix. Skulls and bones. So funny. My son, we took him to Disneyland last year. He had a great time. we took him to Pirates of the Caribbean, and it has a big drop in the beginning, and I thought, you know, he's not that old yet. He's like only 3 years old. It's like, I don't know if this is his first ride we're ever taking him on, even before we took him to It's a Small World. I was like, I don't know if he'll have a good experience with that big drop. And my lady boss is like, it's fine, it's okay. He'll love it, it's okay. And then we took him on it, and my poor son, he was terrified of that drop. He was so scared. I had to hold him, and I think afterwards he was like, Daddy, I don't ever want to do that again. I was like, oh no. But it's so funny because he's a boy, and he like loves Disneyland, and he loved the middle of the ride, Pirates of the Caribbean, right? It's just the big drops, the 2 big drops. So on YouTube all the time he watches, they have these, you think Warhammer painting videos is awesome. There are people that go to Disneyland and they just film them going on rides, like not even talking or giving any kind of input or review. They have people who go to Disneyland to review like the food and all sorts of things like the rides, but they have people whose YouTube channel is just them, not even them, like they've got a GoPro, or they're holding their phone in front of them as they go on the rides, and like it films them going into the car and sitting down, and then the entire ride, and then it films them leaving the ride. And it's got like 1 billion views. And I'm like, I'm in the wrong industry. What am I doing painting miniatures when I could just be filming myself going on rides at Disneyland? What do you know? We're done. I think I found your IG. Some nice red Space Marines that immediately caught my eyes since I'm a 40K nerd. Ta-da! Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Whew. I was gonna do something before I left. What was it? I was gonna do something. I was gonna find something and share it with you guys. Blood Angels. For Danica. For anybody. Blood Angels are cool. Why not? Let me see if I can find them. Some Space Wolves. Might have taken the Blood Angels. All right, let's do a little digging into the vault while I'm here. Hey, see you, Lynx Lord. So let's close out the stream with some pretty cool, fun things in the to-do box in my pile of potential. This looks like a Space Wolves Dreadnought from Warhammer 30K. I got this in a Space Wolves lot on through Binks Wargaming. Came already assembled and primed, it looks like. It also came with some Varangier Terminators. Those are really cool. They look like Space Vikings. Their power axes. I have a whole, Space Wolves project. I thought I had blood angels here, but maybe my blood angels are in a different container. Here, this is the set. This is the set. Tonight is Hatter time. So this has rotten white, that's the white I was talking about. Rust, oh that's right, it's got a really good rust, and the reason why this rust is good is because it has like a gritty texture to it. So using it is a lot more effective, I think, than building. But what you could easily do for rust instead is just go like brown, Mornfang brown, then stipple on like Fire Dragon Bright or Troll Slayer Orange, a nice bright orange, and then wash it with Agrax Earthshade to give it the same kind of rusty look, but it wouldn't have the texture. Fresh blood is what we use tonight. They've got some nice dark dried blood in this. Vomit, beautiful. Verdigris, dry rust. Dry rust has a lot of grit in it too, and it's darker brown, and it dries matte. And then a chipping medium, which I've used once or twice, and I think I just didn't use it correctly, but I highly suggest this set. I think you could get it for like 30 or 40 bucks. It's got a lot of great effects to it, especially if you do horror themed armies like Soul Blade Gravelords. All right, the last thing I want to show you guys before I close out the stream. So I gotta pick up my kids' toys. Is I got these, which I wanted to clean up for my old world Empire army. It's a bunch of old school metal flagellants. You got guys holding books. You got guys holding, what is a scroll? He's got like, he have a noose around his neck? Or it's just like a hammer? That's a hammer. You got flagellants holding flails. With the crazy hair, oh, terrific. Draped in scrolls. So, I love these guys. I think they're great old metal sculpts. This is like he's got a nunchaka. These were from when the Empire was in 20mm. So you see they're all on square bases. I love this guy. Where am I? What's going on? Yeah, what? This is me whenever my wife is talking to me about anything. Yes. Okay. Did this book fall off of something? Yeah, oh no, I gotta glue it back on. His book fell off. Yeah, so unfortunately, these aren't gonna fit in the new old world size bases. So maybe I can take them out. No, they look like they've been glued on pretty tight. So I would need to find a, what's that word? Like the base extender, you know what I mean? It's gonna take your 25 or 20mm base guys and then bulk them up to 25. Let's do a little bit of corrective surgery on this before I close out this stream. That is a small surface area for metal. No wonder it popped off. It popped off. Let's put it back on. Uh-oh. That's how you know it's getting late. The birds are starting to chirp. So, yep, I'm gonna need to close this out before we make any more noise and wake up all the birds at my lady boss's in-law, or my in-law's house. All right, Leo. Making lunch, oh my gosh. Pretty soon it's gonna be time for me to go to lunch. Beautiful, not so much at the back. Gotta get that angle right. Ta-da. Looks great, and an Empire Engineer. So we're gonna close it out there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and great seeing you, Girl Painting, and everybody else who joined me. Thank you for helping me, keeping me company while I worked on the Sanguinor here. And I really enjoyed tonight's stream. There was a lot of laughs, a lot of crying, a little bit of singing, and another miniature knocked out. So we'll see you in the next video.